Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Thrift Store Prepper, and you may notice we've got a little bit of a different camera angle going on today, and that's because we are doing another almost out of date MRE review, and I realized that maybe if I switch the tripod around, we could actually see what was on the tray a little bit better. And as you can see, we've got a new addition to the mascot crew, the little Smurf, which was a gift from Hoopties. So once again, Hoopties, thank you very much. We can see we got some little teeny turds there that may or may not be making their way out as prizes or giveaways in some point in the future. But we do have another MRE to look at today, and it is another almost out-of-date MRE. And let's turn it around, and you can see we have marinara sauce with meatballs. Not a meat stick, meatballs. Very similar and almost too easy for comedic purposes to start the jokes and wisecracks about meatballs. As I said, those of you among the thrift store, and this one's actually already open. That's a little bit disturbing. So let's slit it open and see what we've got inside. So hopefully this one won't be compromised at all. So we got the little marinara meatball marinara sauce with meatballs, and it has chicken and beef. We get a 260 calories from the serving, 16 grams of protein, dietary fiber at 11%, carbs 8, 48% sodium, that's kind of high, but cholesterol 16, saturated fat 24, trans fat 21, vitamin A 15%, calcium 35, vitamin C 35%, vitamin A 15%, calcium 4, and iron 4. So that will be going to my collection. And here is the marinara sauce and meatballs, and we're pretty sure that's going to be very, very similar to some kind of Boyardee type thing. Next we have, oh my goodness, this is something we haven't seen. Another interesting thing for us to try, vanilla dessert pudding. So I'm guessing we have to add some water to that. Does it give us directions? Yes, there they are. Allow water 30%. Add 4 ounces of water to pouch. Fold over and shake for 60 seconds. Finish stirring with a spoon and consume promptly within 1 hour. So there we go. We've got some vanilla dessert pudding. Oh my goodness, looks like we've got a second entree in here. Potato cheddar soup with bacon. I've seen that before, but that is another little excuse me, second entree. And as I said, we could probably make, although the entire calories wouldn't be there, your daily requirements might not be there, you could certainly make one of these last for 24 hours, because you do have the 2 entrees. You could use that as a supper item or breakfast items. We've got some lemon lime beverage. As always, there's a cocoa powder. We seem to get cocoa in every single one, so that one will be going again to the side for later, because we have seen and reviewed those. We've got ourselves some hot sauce. We've got our FRH flameless ration heater, or the heatless heaters as we call them, because we've not got one to work. Maybe we should try one at some point just to see. And peanut butter, and our favorite crackers, the MRE crackers. And of course we do get an accessory pack, which you know very well. You get an MRE spoon, you get a couple of packs of sugar, some salt, pepper, a wet nap, coffee and creamer. And again, we won't be doing that because we just toss that into the pantry. These are things that will become maybe handy, as is the cocoa beverage. I've been actually storing those up because it kind of does all, like when you eat it very quickly all together, the kind of cocoa and the lemon and lime and the other kind of stuff does congeal a little bit within the stomach. So we will be saving the bag. I don't know why I'm saving them and for what purpose, but maybe I can use them as envelopes for mail aways. We'll see about that. So stuff, actually, that's what I do use. I use it as my tablecloth. So we'll wrap that down there. As I said, the ration heater that we don't use, maybe I should just throw them away rather than keep them, because I don't see the point if they don't work. But I don't know. It's hard to throw some stuff out, and you never know what purpose it could serve in the future. So the next thing to do is get all of this out on the tray and heat it up. So we'll see you when we're ready to eat. Nice. So everything's heated up, ready to go. Sorry if that was a little bit of a disappointing nice. I should try and get a better delivery of my nices in honor of Steve MRE 1989 or Steve 1989 MRE. Either one, you know who he is if you've seen him before. He is the MRE Mac Daddy of YouTube and someone who influenced me into doing this myself. And this is kind of really and truly what I wanted my YouTube channel to be all about, was MRE reviews. But, you know, as I have explained, they are kind of expensive and kind of time consuming in terms of delivery and picking them up. You know, it's hard to bring regular content with just MRE reviews, but as they are almost out of date MREs and they were only $35 a case, they fall within the realms of thrifty prepping. And some of you may be looking to purchase MREs for your pantry. Pick yourself up a box of almost out of date ones. You got them at least for a year after their Best Buy, and these are still a little bit in date, so they're not quite beyond that Best Buy yet. So they still have a month or two left before they do go beyond that. So maybe in the new year we might break over and open one of the cases that I do have and see how they are when they are out of date. So maybe future content for you. Spoilers, but this is the meatball marinara. This is the cheddar soup. So the other thing I did need to get was some water. Bear with me. Right, got my water. So before we go any further, let's get the lasagna. I've got some napkins handy. Let's just give that a waft out because there was some meatball juice in there. We want to get our vanilla into the tray. So it says 4 ounces. So I've got my measuring cup here. That's tablespoons. So we need to fill it up to this line. And I got some water here. It's not Dasani. It's just a bottle that I filled up from the tap. So we did spill a little bit of water, but that's okay. We've got some napkins handy. So the next thing we need to do is open up our vanilla pudding. That's what it looks like inside. And we need to pour 4 ounces in. Okay, put the cup down there because we can put our electrolyte beverage in it soon. It says we've got to fold this over and shake it for 60 seconds. So I'm shaking it for 60 seconds and I can watch on the counter just how long that's been. So you can hear it shaking there by the side. And it says sort of mix the rest with it. Oh, and there's still some powder in the bottom, so you can squidge it about a little bit, and that's what I'm doing. Maybe I should do that on camera, just in the bottom there, to get all of that powder from the bottom into the mix. Do a little bit more shaking. I don't think it really matters. I mean, if you did it for 59 seconds, I don't think it would ruin, just as much as if you did it for 61 seconds. I don't think it would really do much, but I think that feels as though it's pretty good. And it does look a little bit lumpy still. Let me have a little look in the pouch. And yeah, maybe something you might see in adult video entertainment. Very similar substance. So let's pour it out into our tray. And this little takeout container really does do the job for these MRE reviews. There is quite a lot left in there still. We don't want to get too much into the that looks like a nice vanilla pudding. Just going to fold it in half and squeeze down to get as much of that out as we can. I think that's all of it. I mean, there's some lumpy residue on the inside of that. I was going to make a condom joke, but let's not go there. So the next thing to do is fill up our water. Sometimes when Steve MRE does that, the flakes come out. So try not to make a mess like we did last time. We got orange flakes everywhere. And you remember this is like Hulk green, toxic chemicals, sort of stuff you might find in the Springfield Lake next to the Monty Burns nuclear plant. So there are a few granules going all over the place, but not as many as last time. And I guess there's still lots left. Alrighty, so that's everything except for the crackers. We'll open those afterwards. Goodness, I'm already doing a baby pea burp before the MRE. So that's everything. We've got our vanilla pudding. We've got our cheddar bacon. Oh, let's put some hot sauce on. Try not to get any in the vanilla. I almost had a little bit of a spillage there, so that's kind of like the green hot sauce. So that's everything used from the MRE with the exception of the accessory pack and the cocoa beverage. It's pretty good hot sauce, so let's bring this up. You can see everything. There's the meatballs, the vanilla, and the cheddar and bacon. So we've seen that one before, so we know what we're in for store there. But this is the first mouthful, and you can see there we've got a bit of everything. Yeah, that's pretty much a Boyardee meatball. Although they do feel a little bit more like the ground beef type meatballs than the little processed ones you get at the with the Boyardee. And I should have maybe mixed up a ramen for my spaghetti and meatballs, but we're going to get plenty of carbs from our cheddar and bacon. So pretty tangy sauce, tastes very much like the kind of pasta sauce you'd get out of a jar or possibly a can. The hot sauce does give it a little kick. But yeah, no, not bad actually, not bad at all. Slightly better than the Boyardee. Yeah, as I said, it would be nice with some noodles. Maybe they should have thrown some penne or something in there. So have a little sip of the cheddar and bacon. And that is exactly the same as the other ones, but still very comforting. Actually, kind of maybe not sure if it's better than the meatballs or not. So let me put you on hold while I finish this up. I'll come back and review the pudding. So that was pretty damn delicious, and I must admit that cheddar soup, that's really good, very good. Kind of a little bit like a loaded jacket potato type thing. And what actually real pieces of real bacon, not just those kind of like bacon bit type things you buy for flavoring. Or salads, excuse me, I was just taking a little mouthful of water. So just cleaning off the spoon before we dive into the vanilla pudding, which is all that remains to be eating on our tray. Kind of been nice if they'd have given you a tortilla or a piece of bread so you could have mopped up the sauce. Can't really do much mopping with crackers, and I was going to crack up one of the crackers and break into the soup, but there's the peanut butter to cracker ratio is kind of it's, you know, if you only have one cracker, then you're gonna have way too much peanut butter. We don't want to waste anything. I don't know if we had a hiss then or not. Oh my goodness, and we got crackers everywhere, but that's all right. So let's take our MRE crackers out carefully. And there was a few crumbs left in the bottom there. There you go, baby P. The burps are coming fast and freely. With this MRE review yesterday, took a little bit of effort to get them out, but today we even had a burp pre-MRE, so before and after burpage going on in this particular episode. Just put our cup at the back there. So as I say, we still got our yellowy, we're going to have some fun with that. But now let's get squishing the peanut butter, because it's good to get this a little bit soft before you start trying to distribute it. And this is, I could just play with this all day. It's one of those kind of like comforty little things. You know, I don't know if this gives you any ASMR effects if you're listening on headphones, but I think that's squishy enough. And as we said, the smaller the hole, the more control you have over the distribution. So let's see if we can. That's what I'm trying to do. And this is just to refresh the palate between the meatballs and the vanilla. Kind of break down the saltiness and bring a little bit of sweetness in with the peanut butter. On there, I'll save the rest for the other one. Give it a little bit of a rub over with the spoon. Dropping cracker. And I don't know why I look forward to the crackers most of all out of the MREs. Sometimes get a bit disappointed if they're not in there. Some cracker and peanut butter. Go! Yeah, I've got peanut butter in my lap and on my tripod. So try and clean that up the best I can without disrupting the camera. I don't want that peanut butter stained tripod. But yeah, so good. Whoops, you've lost the Smurf. Just put him over there as part of the growing mascot crew. We might need a bigger studio. So let me get another bite of this, and we'll see you when we're ready for the pudding. Alright, last mouthful of cracker, although I should have probably washed my hands and fingers first, but never mind. Let's clean off our spoon as we dive in to the vanilla goop. Sorry, I'm still chewing the crackers. So maybe, yeah, you can still see some of it still in powder form. There's a couple of little yellowy stains. I don't know if that was from the lemon lime powder, but maybe that's what happens if you don't shake it vigorously for the full 60 seconds. It will come out a little bit lumpy like that. Yeah, look. But let's try and mix it up a bit more with the spoon. It did say we needed to do a little bit more mixing after we'd done the shaking. So maybe if you're shaking in it for 60 seconds and it's coming out lumpy, you might want to go and see the doctor. So that's about as good as I think I'm going to bother to try without risking any spilling. So as I said, it does resemble something you might see in adult material on the internet. Probably from Japan. But anyway, let's dive into this and see what it tastes like. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I really didn't expect it to taste that good. And it is really, 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 really good. It's almost better than those little pudding cups you get. But even the lumps are good. In fact, the lumps kind of taste a little bit like marshmallows when you chew through them. So might be a little tip for you. Leave your pudding lumpy. Look, we've got a lump there. I don't know if you can see. There is a little bit of a lump that didn't of powder that didn't get mixed together. I don't know if you could hear me chewing it, but chewing the powder is very, very good. I almost wish there was more powder and less goop, but you could probably eat just the powder and it would probably mix in your stomach. if you needed to, if you jumped up and down. But the lumpy vanilla pudding is pretty damn amazing. I'm not going to lie. I would certainly enjoy that again. And Meatballs, can't say were the best. They weren't exactly the worst. Did need some kind of noodle, I guess. It kind of did feel a little bit weird just eating the meatballs and sauce without some noodles or with to go along with it. But as I said, I could have tossed in a ramen for added carbs and calories, and given me like the kind of spaghetti stuff, because ramen is pasta. People don't think it's anything else, so it might be a little bit cardboardy. You can use it just the same as pasta or spaghetti, or even lasagna, as I demonstrated in one of my ramen recipe videos. There was another very meatball-y flavoured burp baby pea just for you. And you do taste these MREs quite a long time afterwards, especially this stuff. I don't know what it is. It's the electrolytes or the carbs or the vitamins that they put in there, but something about that shit you will taste forever. But this little vanilla pudding, I wouldn't mind tasting this forever. And this is quite fun and delicious. Much better than the chocolate pudding that was very similar. And possibly the favourite of all my desserts that come with these MREs, although the Zapple sauce was pretty good too. That is very comforting and very, 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 very delicious. Even if it does look like man mayo. So there's my tray, all nice and clean. All that remains is to refresh the palate with the lemon and lime Toxic Hulk drink. I think it all dissolved. Let's get the spoon. No, it hadn't all dissolved. And look how green that is. Like, seriously, that's no way the same green as the Gatorade or Powerade lemon and lime. They're very yellow. This is very, very, very green. Another burp. If anyone's keeping tally, let me know how many that is, and we will have a burp count, and maybe we can judge the MRE on the amount of burps it gave me. As you can see, we've got a pretty clean plate, and all we've got to do is drink our electrolyte lemon and lime toxic waste. But it's actually quite nice. If you ever grew up in England, it tastes a little bit like the Robinson's lemon lime cordial, but not the barley one. Do you remember they used to get the orange barley and the lemon lime barley? They used to drink it at Wimbledon. But yeah, it tastes very much like the lemon lime cordial. Quite refreshing though. And as I said, it's got the added carbs and electrolytes to keep you hydrated and fueled. So another pretty decent MRE, to be quite honest with you, and considering it was nearly out of date. Let's finish that. And another one. Sorry for all the burping, but you know, it is a sign of a good meal in some cultures, and this was a pretty good meal. And considering it was less than $3, absolutely no complaints whatsoever. As I said, it'd be very nice if you didn't have to pay the shipping for these and could go and just collect them from a local retailer. But sorry, the lemon and lime did get a little bit stuck in the throat. Maybe some water. Okay, sorry, did have to just pause it while I did a coughing fit there. The lemon and lime did stick in the throat. But yeah, the only downside is the shipping. But even with the shipping, it works in around $5 an MRE, which for the amount of food that you get in it, isn't a bad deal at all. Certainly if you didn't have the shipping and it was under $3, this is the absolutely fantastic. I'd be fucking sitting on mountains and mountains of them If that were the case, if they sold them at the Dollarama for $3, then you bet your bottom dollar that would be all I'd have in my pantry, along with some ramen and maybe a couple of bags of trail mix. Oh my god, I think this is definitely broken all the records for burpage. Was it my favourite of the bunch? I don't know. I still don't really know which one was my favourite of the bunch. Maybe I might have to sit back one day and binge watch all my MRE reviews myself, and decide which one was the best. Maybe you can let me know which one was your favourite in the comments below so far. So we only have 2 left to review out of that case of almost out-of-date MREs that I picked up a little while ago on eBay, and we've been bringing you them quite regularly as we over the weeks since then, and these do serve as my supper when I'm not at work. This is what I've eaten today. That is my daily deal, calorie intake and daily meal. Might snack on something a little bit later, but multi-purposing, so not just was it content for the video, it's also some stuff for my pantry, and it's fed me and watered me. So that was a very good and hearty meal, very full up. And we do have 2 left. One is spaghetti and meat sauce, which again I'm pretty much certain is gonna be Boyardee type thing going on, and what I'm gonna do is save the best for last, chili and beans, and that is because I've actually had a chili and bean MRE from the same company, actually, although it was in a different package, the meal supply kit. During the ice storm a few years ago, I was living in sharing a house, living in it, renting a room with someone who was living in the projects, and they used to get food parcels delivered each week for assisted living. And during the ice storm, they delivered us 3 MREs, which were all chili flavored, chili and beans from the same company. So I've actually tried the chili before, but it is going to be that's why I kind of saved it for last, and it was, up until I started doing these, my only kind of real MRE experience. So that's what you've got in store. I have been told I got some MREs being sent in from some viewers, so that's going to be very interesting to see what they are, and certainly be looking forward to reviewing those. And if indeed you do want to send me an MRE to review, please do so, as I'd love to do it. And I am checking out eBay for some further discounted or bargain MREs that I can bring to you to review. I was looking at some Canadian military ones actually, but they're $100 for 10. Not sure if that's the best deal or not, but maybe we'll see if we can strike a bargain with the seller. So this MRE review is over, or rather this almost out of date MRE is now over and done with, and is a very satisfying meal all round. So thumbs up from me, the TSP. Thanks everybody for watching this video. Let me know what you think below, and again, let me know if you've got a favorite MRE review so far. And this is a shit video production for me, the Thrift Store Prepper. See you next time, people, and as always, keep it safe and keep it thrifty.